Tonight, the Arizona Wildcats pull away with a 35-28 victory over the Nevada Wildcat. They improved to 3-0 on third straight season.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Toby Schmidt.
And I'm Chelsea Moe. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Students who signed up for the guaranteed tuition plan last fall will see no increase in tuition or mandatory fees next school year, but incoming freshmen will. The 2015-2016 tuition proposal will see yearly rates set at $11,402 for in-state students and $32,630 for non-residents if approved. The tuition increase covers less than half of the $28.5 million cut from state funding. The rest will be made up by cuts to the university programs and strategic initiatives according to the Board of Regents.
The 41st annual Spring Fling was once again on campus this weekend. Wildcast reporter Michael Hernandez spoke with student volunteers about their involvement in the event and why it matters to the U of A community.
Roasted corn! 50 shades of corn!
For over 40 years, Spring Fling has been not only a marquee attraction, but also a distinct University of Arizona experience that has only enhanced since its move back to the U of A campus last year. Hosted by ASUA student government, this completely student-run carnival relies on 9 student directors who work year-round to ensure everything runs smoothly.
I think Spring Fling is a really good tradition that the University of Arizona holds, and I have come since I was a freshman, and I just fell in love, and I think Spring Fling is a very big aspect of our student government and the campus, and I just fell in love, so I wanted to work and volunteer.
Spring Fling attracts over 25,000 guests annually. With over 40 rides and games to enjoy, and more food than you can stomach, this 3-day carnival guarantees its visitors will leave the grounds fairly satisfied.
Aside from being the largest student-run carnival in the country, what makes Spring Fling so important is the benefit they provide to clubs on campus. This year, 37 clubs participated in the event, with the money they raised going directly towards funding various organizations and activities.
All of the money that we make from Spring Fling goes to our club. And what Changing does with the money is we put on an annual dance to benefit UNICEF. And so the money we make here goes to pay for that, which is really cool.
Last year, Spring Fling raised over $72,000 for participating clubs. Over 80 clubs apply each year to run a food or game booth, with fewer than 40 being chosen, resulting in steep competition for this critical fundraising event.
Spring Fling is a big thing for our club because right now we aren't recognized as a club sport. We're in the process of that. So the proceeds that we get here really help benefit our riders, and we actually had a couple riders go to nationals this year, so the money goes towards big events like that.
Additionally, Spring Fling hosts a multitude of live performances throughout the weekend. This year's headliner was the indie pop band Small Pools, who entertained a packed audience on Saturday night. Remember, all of this is only made possible with the help of student volunteers, so be sure to get involved in making next spring a fling to remember. Reporting from the U of A Mall for Wildcast, I'm Michael Hernandez.
Gosh, that looks like so much fun. I wish I could have gone.
Yeah, I went. I even rode a few rides. It was really fun.
No way, how awesome.
The top competitive team from UA Mock Trial will travel to Cincinnati this weekend to represent the college in the American Mock Trial Association National Championship Tournament. This year is especially unique because they typically use the same case for trial, but the entire year, but for the first time, an entirely new case will be used for the national championship. The teams were only given 3 weeks to prepare with this new case, but the UA team feels confident.
The UA's Catcall acapella group had a strong run this year in the international competition of collegiate acapella. Despite losing in the semifinals, many of the participants are still happy with the group's performance. Toby spoke to some of the members about their experience and their career ambitions.
The University of Arizona is home to many acapella groups. One is made up of 13 men who call themselves Catcall. Catcall was founded in 2008. The group competes in national competitions, records albums, and performs around the campus. On February 21st, Catcall placed first place at the ICC quarterfinals and advanced to semifinals in Claremont, California on March 28th, where they won an award for the best vocal percussion.
So the big thing about quarterfinals, which is different than what we usually do, is the choreography. So we always are scrambling for places to do choreography. So we go to the dance building. We got kicked out of there once or twice. And we just look for places where we can kind of have a mirror in front of us. And it's just a lot of choreography. It takes a long time, especially since we're not dance students.
Catcall will be attending the Arizona Acapella Festival at Northern Arizona University on April 18th.
So essentially I'd like to work with the group to continue working on repertoire throughout the year. We just got done with competition, so we're going to focus more on learning new music, and we have a concert at the end of the year, and we're going to be working with a group called Black and Blue, and we're going to perform at their showcase as well. So we're mainly working on gigs and raising money to help hopefully potentially record an album.
Though the guys all enjoy music as a hobby, they don't all plan to make it into a career. President Andrew says about 75% of the group plans to pursue a musical career, while the rest intend to keep it as just a hobby for now.
Yeah, so my degree is music education, with emphasis on choral music education. So it's been really good to be the director this year because I can implement all the things I learned in school into Catcall. It can kind of be like a lab choir where I can just like try everything out, and it's like really risk-free because they're all my buddies. So if I mess up, I mean, it's fine. But yeah, it's really helped, and I've grown a lot as a music director this year.
A lot of people in the group are studying music ed and things like that, but I'm actually doing computer science, so it has nothing to do with music, unfortunately. And I really enjoy singing, and I've been doing it for a while. So I'm hoping that I can look for some other way to keep my musical side in touch. And I'll be working in Tucson next year, so I might see if some of the guys want to get together and have another side group too. But yeah, I'm not planning on doing it as a career, but I always plan to have it as a hobby.
Catcall currently has 2 albums out from past years. Scratch Tracks is on iTunes, and 9 Lives can be found on iTunes and Spotify. For more information about the group, visit their website at www.catcallua.com. Reporting from the University of Arizona for Wildcast, I'm Toby Schmidt. We saw sunny and warm skies all last week, and people are wondering how long we can expect this hot weather. We'll turn it over now to weather reporter Virginia Beamer for an in-depth look at this week's forecast. Virginia?
I'm weather forecaster Virginia Beamer with a look at your Wildcast weather forecast for this week. Now, if you were out on Sunday, you just saw how beautiful it was outside, very overcast in the mid-70s and temperature-wise. That was not the story for today. So it was beautiful yesterday, and then it started to, get to very hot today. 85 degrees was our temperature today. That was our high temperature posted by the National Weather Service. It was very sunny and warm outside, not really much of a breeze, so it was just kind of hot. As we move into our almanac, you can actually see what I'm talking about. We were still above average, only 3 degrees this time. Usually we've been well above average for this time of year, but things are starting to even themselves out. 81 is the average, and then we were nowhere near the record. 96 degrees set back in the 60s. Our low temperature this morning was 52 degrees outside, so right on par with that average low temperature for this time of year, and then nowhere near the low record set back in 1912 of 33 degrees outside. If we take a look at tonight, things are actually going to cool down considerably, but not quite as cool as we saw last night. So we're actually above average tonight and into tomorrow morning for the low temperatures. 58 degrees, clear and calm conditions, and we're not going to see quite a breeze actually until we get into tomorrow. If we take a look at that, things are going to warm up well above the average, a little bit more than today. 86 degrees outside, sunny and breezy. And then as we get later into the week, things are going to cool down, but tomorrow's actually the hottest day that we're going to see of this week. As we move into our 5-day forecast, you can actually see what I'm talking about. Temperatures are going to drop down to 83 degrees by Wednesday, 71 by Thursday, Friday 75, and then we're going to start climbing back into the 80s by Saturday. Now, the reason we're going to see this huge dip in temperatures is actually because a low pressure system is going to dip its way all the way into northern Arizona and then move its way out starting into the weekend. And our low temperatures are going to follow that as well. So 59 on Tuesday for the morning low, 48 Wednesday, 43 on Thursday, and then back up to 50 degrees on Friday. Saturday, 53 degrees is your morning low. That's a look at your Wildcats weather forecast. Back to you guys.
Last Friday, freshman Stanley Johnson won the inaugural Julius Ervin Small Forward of the Year award. Johnson led the UA basketball team in scoring and was second in rebounds and steals per game. The Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame Selection Committee chose Johnson with input from fans through an online voting process. Johnson beat out athletes like Wisconsin's Sam Decker and Duke's Justice Winslow for the award, which he received at ESPN's New College Basketball Awards show in Los Angeles.
The Wildcats softball team had a solid weekend series against the Huskies, while baseball struggled at ASU. We'll turn it over now to sports reporter Danielle Fork for more on this last week in UA athletics.
The Wildcat softball team won a 3-game series against Washington this weekend. They ended the series on Sunday with an 18-10 victory over the visiting Huskies. Tatiana Malga hit 2 home runs, giving her 19 home runs this season and putting her in first in the Pac-12. Lauren Young and Kelly Fox also homered in the game. The Lady Wildcats head to Salt Lake City this weekend to play Utah. The number 8 Arizona women's golf team earned its second team title of the season this past Sunday at the ASU Invitational. They finished 3 under par with an 861. Senior Manan Kadali, freshman Crystal Kiwis, and junior Lindsay Weaver led the Wildcats to their victory. They will compete in the Pac-12 Championship next on April 20th through the 22nd. The Arizona men's golf team also competed this past weekend in California. They finished 8th at the Western Intercollegiate Competition, led by senior Alex McMahon. He placed 12th overall with a 212. The men's golf team is also headed to the Pac-12 Championship next. The Wildcats football team had their spring game this past Friday. One of the main highlights of this spring game was Anu Solomon's noticeable improvement. He completed 19 of 25 attempts for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. Arizona wide receiver David Richards caught 2 passes for 26 yards and a touchdown. Coach Rich Rodriguez is looking forward to a great summer to see his players improve even more. On Sunday, the Arizona baseball team lost to Arizona State 13-7. Bobby Delbeck had a home run and Austin Schnabel pitched a steady game, but it was not enough to earn the win. Arizona now stands 22-11 overall and 7-7 in the Pac-12 as they head into tonight's game against Arizona State to finish off the series. Arizona tennis lost to Oregon 4-3 on Sunday. Laura Marker led the team in singles, and the team of Laura Oldham and Devin Chaipaha led the Wildcats in the doubles. They will take on Arizona State this Friday to finish off their regular season. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
As always, thanks for tuning into Wildcast. You can watch us anytime online at uatv.arizona.edu or on our YouTube channel UATVCH3.
And don't forget to like us on Facebook for breaking news on campus. We'll see you next week for another edition of Wildcast. Good night.